Yeah, hello all. After normalization, we need to talk about encoding. There is something called encoding the categorical data. We know that the machine learning algorithms works with numerical values, works better with the numerical values. And if there is a column which specifies a category, that category would not be in numerical format such as gender. Gender is either male or female, or department. Department such as IT or sales or something else. Now here, these columns which actually are categorical based will not be in numerical form. At that time, we should be able to convert this categorical data into numerical data, which is called encoding the categorical data. We need to encode the categorical data. So how we will be able to encode this categorical data? There are two ways. One way is label encoding, and the second one is one-hot encoding. What is label encoding? Let us understand. Here, initially, I will show you the data set. Okay, so this is, have a look at this. Here, I do have an array or a table in which you just can see there is something called a department. This department is not numerical, right? This department will have categorical values, not numerical values. These are non-numerical values. Now, in order to make machine learning algorithm works better without data, every column except name that cannot be converted into numerical except one key. The other fields should be in numerical format. So we should be able to convert this department column into numerical form. Now let us see how this department column will be converted into numerical form. In the label encoding, what we do is each of this department will be given a numerical value. Starting from 0, it can go to any unrestricted domain with respect to the number of departments we do have. Here we have 3 departments. One is HR, one is marketing, one more is IT. So HR may be 0, marketing will be 1, IT will be equal to 2, or in whichever way it is possible. Now I will show you. In the label encoding assigns a unique integer to each category. It is useful for an orderly poised categories and ordered values. We'll talk about the Python code in some time. Now have a look at this. In this table, in the department category, we do not have alphabets here. We do have only the numerical value. That means a unique integer has been assigned to every department. Here HR 0, IT is equal to 1 and marketing is equal to 2. Now for this, we just need to import sklearn, scikit-learn, from which we just need to also import pre-processing label encoder. There is something called a class label encoder, by using which we'll be able to do this label encoding. Okay, now this is data frame, the pandas data frame. In this data frame, department has been encoded to numerical value. Here the thing is, we are going to take an encoder. This encoder will take label encoder. What is the label encoder? Label encoder is a function which actually is being imported from label encoder, which is a class of sklearn. And right then, we just are going to apply this encoder to this data frame. What is data frame? This data frame is department. What encoder type is being applied on this? Label encoder type is being applied onto this. So encoder fit transformation, there is something called fit transformation function. In this parameter is to the data frame, this department will be applied with a label encoding. Okay, because this encoder, what is encoder? Encoder is label encoder. This encoder, which is a label encoding format, which has the label encoding format, will be applied to this data frame in which the department table is available. So this column the department column is available. This department column will be converted to the label encoding format. Right then, the next thing is one-hot encoding. What is one-hot encoding? In one-hot encoding, it is somewhat different to the label encoding. In one-hot encoding, every value, either it is IT or human resources or any other department, will be given a value of 1. how it is going to be possible. For an instance, understand, in this department field, I have 4 departments. Now, in one-hot encoding, this department field will be transformed into 4 columns. That is, there is one IT column, there is one, human resources column, or a technical column, or there are 4 categories. For each category, we do have a column. If there is one particular person that belongs to the category, in that category, a 1 will be substituted. How it is going to be shown? Have a look at this. Here, we do have 2 departments. In this table, let us understand that we do have 2 departments. What are those 2 departments? First one is IT department. Second one is, let us say, salary department. No, department IT and department marketing. Now have a look at this. This John does belong to neither department IT nor department marketing. He belongs to something else. Maybe he belongs to one more department. Now Sarah does belong to marketing department. David does belong to IT department. Emily does belong to neither IT department nor marketing department. So this Emily and John does belong to something else but not these departments. So we need to have those columns also, which make sure that all these people will be assigned to one department, does belong to one department. This is called one-hot encoding. In one-hot encoding, let me tell you for one more time, in one-hot encoding, this department column, this category column will be divided into many columns. For an instance, IT column and marketing column and some other column and some other column with respect to various departments of that specific company. Now for an instance, if a specific guy has a corresponding one in such column, means that that guy belongs to that specific department. For an instance, David has a 1 in IT department. That means David belongs to IT department. Neither John nor Sarah nor Emily does belong to the IT department. And similarly, Sarah does belong to marketing department because she has a respective 1 corresponding to the marketing department. If you got it. This is what? One-hot encoding. Simple. One-hot encoding will be applied in the similar way we applied the label encoding. Next thing is binning. Binning is used to transform the continuous variables into discrete categories. Simple thing is, let us say we do have ages. We need to collect the ages of the customers. Obviously, it will be right from 0, right from 15 to right from 10 to 100, right? These ages are continuous. And if the values are poised, if the values are spread across a range, machine learning algorithm will not be able to do better. So what we do is, we can bin these ages. How can we bin the ages? Simple. We just need to take several boxes. Each box is called a bin. Okay. Now we need to label a category to this bin, and all that category people will come into this particular box or a bin. How it is going to be done? Simple. Let us say there are several ages. Here we do have 4 bins. There are 4 bins have been created: 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So here the labels of the bins will be young, middle age and a senior. That means, for instance, if the age group is in between 20 and 30, that belongs to young. If the age group is in between 30 to 40, he will come under middle age. If the age group is in between 40 to 50, he becomes senior. And similarly, you just can understand this. See, John, whose age is 28, will be labeled as young, will be binned as young, will be categorized into one bin, which is categorized young. Second thing is Sarah. Sarah is middle-aged. David is senior, right? Senior is in between 40 to 50. Emily also is senior. Michael, since his age is in between 20 to 30, since Michael is in between 30 to 40, he becomes middle-aged. How it is getting converted? Young is 20 to 30, middle-aged is 30 to 40, and senior is 40 to 50. This is how the binning is going to be done. What exactly is the binning? We are going to collect several boxes together. Okay, each box is called a bin. Each box is going to represent a particular group, in our case, a category of a age. 20 to 30 young, 30 to 40 is middle age, 40 to 50 is senior. Now, in this case, John young, Sarah is middle age, David is senior, and so on. This is what exactly the binning. And there are several ways of binning. The ways of binning we are going to discuss in the upcoming session. Thank you.